Hopefully this is giving you part two, but I ran out of memory. I've got to fix my memory problems. A couple things. Okay, so let's strategize because we're going to go back. We're on chapter 8 now. I kind of wanted to make these in order because I just realized that there's so many people who are in different aspects of this story, but I wanted to chronologically make sense. So, okay. Something that Troyce brought up last night that I actually think is useful to know and to realize. So it wasn't him. Somebody else asks him this question. They're like, how do you move out of your family house? Like, when you first moved out, how did you do it? How do you get started? Okay, it seems like it's this, how can you put it? It seems like it's this fucking, calculus equation of you have to figure it all out. Nobody has it figured all out. Legitimately, there's no person who has figured it all out. We are all this work in progress trying to get it all together. The one thing I will say, and the one thing that's been probably the most helpful for me across countries, across cities, across eras, okay? On your calendar, every day have 3 events: breakfast, lunch, dinner. And don't put the location, just put the time. So I usually do breakfast at 9, lunch around noon, and dinner around 7. So these are recurring events every single day. Now, sometimes if I have a really large lunch or something, yeah, I'm going to skip dinner. Sometimes if I wake up too late, I'm going to skip breakfast, whatever. But those are the 3 things that are on the calendar every single day. And then obviously having a place to live and having a job. Those are the 2 things that come after that. If you're still living at home, you don't need to worry about the job necessarily or the place to live because you're still living at home, but you should still have the breakfast, lunch, dinner on the calendar. And I also think that if you are living at home, it's probably a good thing for you to start going out and having the meals. Stop eating at home and go out into your community and pay for some meals. This is kind of where, in order to get there, you need to understand transit and bus passes and I don't know, Ubers or Waymos, whatever, city navigation, right? And those are skills that you will learn by going to new places. Timeliness, maybe you have to make a reservation to go there, budgeting, all that shit. And so, if you're a regular, person, then obviously you realize in order to do any of that stuff, you have to have money. So this is the first tier of this ring. Get a job. Any job. Just start somewhere. Get a fucking job. If you don't have any skills, start somewhere that's minimum wage. Anywhere. The sandwich shop, the grocery store, the Target, the Starbucks, where the fuck ever, but start somewhere. I think a really large issue with so many people, and I'm gonna call them the fluencers, right? They're not even real influencers because they're not inspiring anybody. They're not smart and they don't have any money. So they're fake influencers, right? Most of those people are coming from these tiny ass towns. They're not in real cities or no shit. And then they're flying to the big cities and they just get eaten the fuck up. Why? Because they haven't even figured out the really basic shit. 3 meals a day, job, apartment, or place to live. That's the minimum that you need to live. If you don't have that, you can't live. You can't be an influencer if you can't live. Does that make sense? You see the hierarchy of needs? You can't. You gotta have. The baseline is kind of important. And I think we've lost the plot because on one end of the spectrum, you have the beyond influence. The Nepo babies have so much that no matter what way you try to get over, you won't ever have more than them. And that's really the reason that I've tried to exist in this space of what is the middle class, because you got a lot of people we can call these the like the entourage, maybe the wannabes, right? Like, I think that another thing, I will give Kendall her flowers for this. I feel like Kendall is a really good person who she doesn't keep an entourage. Like, she just co-mingles with other people at her level, which is another reason, like, I feel like even if I tried to like be like, I hate her and I don't want to follow her, she would still continue to pop up in spaces that I care about, because she like literally just mingles with other people who are at her level. So I'll give her flowers for that. I also feel like Hailey Bieber is the same way. Even like, I don't even follow Hailey Bieber, but she lands on my timeline. It's like that. Like, she'll just pop up at like a Justin Sky event and you'll be like, okay, well, there she goes again. But it's just like, I don't follow her, but here she is. Or like that Wall Street Journal event. Whatever the fuck happened last night at the Wall Street Journal, either Hailey or Kendall was there, I know, but I personally follow obviously like Mona and Iman, and they were definitely there. So here's another thing also. I think that this is very interesting. I want to talk about Lara Harrier and Ugbot. So there's this girl, and I really like her. I don't know how to put it. I didn't think I would care about her as much, but she's actually a really cool chick. Her name is Imano Smith. Now, I believe this girl is in Toronto, but she did some event about a week ago. In Toronto, there was a road beauty event, and she went to it, and she posted about it, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, I like her. I don't only like her because she's Habesha, but she is Habesha, so now I follow her. But still, I like her content a lot. And she posted something the other day, and I was like, wow, you look like Ugbot. And she was like, oh my God, thank you. She does look like Ugbot, though. And like, here's the reason why that is important. And I've said this so many times. The way that the world is structured is just kind of like, you don't have to do some like amount of calculus to understand what your pretty privilege is, how it could potentially be maximized to get shit. Like, it's kind of like, if you look similar to Lori Harvey, you're gonna get like the Lori Harvey type of treatment. If you look like Ugbot, you're gonna get like the Ugbot type. You know what I'm saying? If you look like Leah Kibiti, you're gonna, wherever you are, the people who look like you are going to be a pretty good example of like what you have the potential to achieve. That's why it's useful to see the people who have more than you, but who are like in your lane. I don't know why more people don't do this. Like, you don't have to start imagining from nothing. It's just not necessary. There's a million people who've done shit before you, and you could just watch, right? I think though, half of the problem is like, so many of the black girlies don't even know where to, like, there are definitely the black girlies who have shit, and maybe the bigger issue is like the people don't know where to start. Like, Ugbot's great. I hope that you do know who Ugbot is if you're in this space. I hope you know who Leah Kibiti is if you're in this space. I hope you know who Iman Hammad is if you're in this space. I hope you watched Vogue World. I saw also this girl, Iman or whatever, she posted something about like how she watched it last year, and she watched the behind the scenes last year, and it was really impactful for her. I think maybe let's start there, because this is a space for black girlies, right? Like, I'm not gonna just say femme black girlies, but kind of, yeah, femme black girlies who are proud to be African. This space is for us, not for anybody else, just for us. And it's really about like life maxing and strategizing. But there's just so many, there's a couple specific things I want to talk about, so we're going to talk about those. But yeah, I had to get that out because I've had feelings.